Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. We are going to do another card, another alternate using elements from the September 2024 Paper Pumpkin Kit called Autumn Abundance. For this one, I'm going to use one of the smaller cards and I cut apart the envelope so that I could use the piece from the inside. I trimmed this down to 4 by 4 and it's going to be glued to the inside. On this one, I'm going to decorate the inside through the opening here, so any writing will need to be done kind of on the corners because of course the back is beautifully decorated. So let's go ahead and just pop this down. And if you needed to match the color of the card, the outside of the envelope absolutely matches. I've tried a few. I use Very Vanilla, but it's not an exact match. So I'm just going to pop this in like this. There we go. The card folds closed. If you need to use your bone folder again, just to give that edge another little push. There we go. So we're also going to decorate the outside of the card, but we're going to do the inside first. So I'm also going to use the scrap that I cut off. It will go across the bottom here, but again, we will do that after we do the inside. So what I want to do is I want to build a little element for the inside. And you can use any kind of, if you've got a very small stamp, I'm going to use my gold foil pen. So I'm just going to make sure it's working. Yes, it is. So I'm going to, I never handwrite because I don't like my handwriting, but I'm just going to write high on this one. So I want to put my toadstool there and my snail here. So I know I want my high to go in here. So I'm just going to just write hi with an exclamation point. You can write hello, you can put whatever you like. But what I need to do is I'm going to adhere this down flat into the center of the circle. So this is going to go down flat in here like this, right in the center. Make sure I'm straight so that my high is straight. So there we go. So when we open it, the decoration will still be on the inside. But what I'd like to do now is I'm going to put a dimensional or two. I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of the, just right here. And again, this is one of the cases where you need to make sure that you're following directions because I want it to dimensionalize. It doesn't really matter if it's a bit off the top there. I'm going to leave the bottom as a flat mount, but I need to make sure that I'm putting this on so that the card will still open. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the bottom here. Just wind that on a bit. There we go. And then I'm going to take this and pop it down like that. Then we're going to dimensionalize the snail completely. So I'm just going to pop about 3 dimensionals on the back of the snail and peel those backings off. I really like these little die cuts that came with this set. I think they're really, really sweet. And I wanted to use them. I just wasn't sure how I was going to use them. So we've got that. Excuse me. We can still open up the card like this. And now we're going to actually decorate the outside of the card. So I'm going to, again, use my glue. And I'm going to just adhere this scrap piece of the envelope to the front of the card. There we go. Just add that little bit of glue all the way to the edge and then back here. Okay, and not a lot of glue came out that time. I think I need to unclog the nozzle, so I'm not going to worry about smearing it around with my finger. But we are just going to pop this down like this. Make sure we're straight. A bit of a nudge. There we go. So there. So it just, I found that the front of the card was quite open. This is kind of what it looks like. I thought having this to mirror the inside just added that little tiny bit to it. So we are going to keep adding bits here. I put this toadstool away and I needed not to. So this is actually going to go over the opening. So I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive on the back. And I've got something sticky on it. There we go. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on it like that. And then I'm just going to use my pokey tool to just clear away some of the adhesive that still shows. And we're going to pop this on here just like this. And then we're going to just flat mount this toadstool. And again, I'm only putting adhesive on the one side because it's actually going to kind of overlap the opening, and I don't want to glue it closed into the opening. So that's what we've got now. We've got the two toadstools kind of mirroring each other. It's giving a bit of a 3D effect. And we're going to just add a little bit of adhesive to the outside edges of this half wreath. And we're going to put this around like this. And this is why we're only putting adhesive on the outside edges, is because I don't want it to stick to the inside. So we've got our little snail saying hi. And then we've got our card when we open it up. And I guess if you had a darker pen, you could write in the corners here. But that is our next alternate. I wanted to see, I've got these are the In Color Shimmer Gems, and I wanted to see how they looked on this card. So sorry to make you think I was stopping the video, and now I'm continuing on with it. So we'll just add a couple of these and just see how they add to the card. There we go. Those are the In Color Shimmer Gems. Just adds a little bit of bling to match up with the bling in the die cuts. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this alternate, and stay tuned for more.